Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little lamb.
The fall. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
Before I begin, I'd like to briefly address news from the Manhattan Correctional Center over the weekend regarding Jeffrey Epstein. This sex trafficking case was very important to the Department of Justice and to me personally. It was important to the dedicated prosecutors in the Southern District of New York and to our FBI agents who investigated the case and were preparing it for trial. Most importantly, this case was important to the victims who had the courage to come forward and deserved the opportunity to confront the accused in the courtroom. I was appalled, and indeed the whole department was, and frankly, angry to learn of the MCC's failure to adequately secure this prisoner. We are now learning of serious irregularities at this facility that are deeply concerning and demand a thorough investigation. The FBI and the Office of Inspector General are doing just that. We will get to the bottom of what happened, and there will be accountability. But let me assure you that this case will continue on against anyone who was complicit with Epstein. Any co-conspirators should not rest easy. The victims deserve justice, and they will get it.
Fatality.
Okay, holy cow. Okay, everybody. Oh my God. Okay. So in a vacuum, conspiracy theories abound. They just, took off like crazy. The President of the United States is contributing to the spreading of the conspiracy theories. And I don't know if this is a case of who let this happen or who made it happen, because you can't believe anything that comes out of this administration. And that's the problem with the president who tells 12,000 lies, which is, what the Washington Post has documented so far, 12,000. It's like 12 a day. 12 a day this president tells. And we don't know if Bill Barr is the Attorney General of the United States or if he's Donald Trump's fixer. We don't know, anything about anything. And up is down and black is white. We're through the looking glass. All we know is that Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Now, this is the crazy thing. All right, so I live in West Palm Beach. I don't live in Palm Beach. That's where Epstein lived. That's where Trump's Mar-a-Lago is. That's where Rush Limbaugh lives. Ann Coulter. They're all over there. They're all over there within, a couple miles from each other. You could practically walk. But this is our newspaper, and this was Saturday. All right? So you could see that this was Saturday, the Palm Beach Gee, I'm Pissed, which is what we call our newspaper. It's basically a mullet wrapper. Okay, the only reason why this newspaper is any good is because there's a guy named Frank Cherubino, who writes a column in there. That is the front page of our Saturday newspaper. Okay, so I get the newspaper, I bring it in, right, and I go pour myself a little cup of coffee, and I'm shuffling around in my PJs, and I look at the front page, I go, oh my God, victim, Epstein farmed me out of sexting, and I realize the documents have been dumped. The documents are released. The Second Circuit Court released a deposit, they released thousands of documents in the defamation case that was brought by Virginia Roberts Giuffre, who is one of the victims of Epstein's, and also this woman that's in that photo there, Ghislaine Maxwell. Ms. Giz is standing there, Ghislaine Maxwell, and that is Virginia Roberts as a 16-year-old girl with Prince Andrew, no less. Okay? That is a photo that she was able to produce. Well, when she was first coming forward and telling her story, this girl ran away. She ran away. She left the United States of America. She was so terrified. She moved to Australia. She got married. That's why her last name is now Jufrey. And she has, come forward. Well, when she was telling her story, Ghislaine Maxwell called her a liar, defamed her, trashed her, said she barely knew her, doesn't really remember her. And so Virginia Roberts sued Ghislaine for defamation. Those are the documents that were released on Saturday, prompting that front page story about, the documents being released. Now, how did the documents get released? Well, Julie K. Brown, who is an amazing journalist who writes for the Miami Herald, not the Palm Beach Post, but the Miami Herald, right, which is the newspaper for Miami. She was very interested in human trafficking cases and came across the Epstein case and was able to uncover 60 girls who had said that they were part of this sex trafficking ring that this crazy, multi-billionaire Jeffrey Epstein was running in Palm Beach. And so she started doing the reporting on it. After she did the reporting on it, she actually, her newspaper decided that they would go forward and that they would petition the court to release the documents in the defamation case against Virginia Roberts, brought by, the case that Virginia Roberts brought against Ghislaine, right? And that's exactly what was released on Friday. So on Saturday, the Palm Beach Post had all kinds of reportage on what was in those documents. Well, those documents are unbelievable. They are amazing. They name names and dates and times and places. And there are depositions, video depositions, which no one has seen yet. But there's video depositions in these documents. It's everything from this case. Now, here's what happened with the case. So Virginia Roberts, now Jufrey, comes forward and she tells her story. Ghislaine calls her, a degenerate liar, makes it all up. She's a money grubber. She's looking for money. She's a greedy plaintiff, whatever. So Virginia sues her. And depositions are taken. Interrogatories are answered, written questions. And then at the end of the discovery phase, Ghislaine Maxwell moves the court and asks for summary judgment, meaning you now have all the evidence in the case. You've got her story, you've got our story. We're moving for summary judgment, meaning it shouldn't go to trial. It ends here. The judge refused summary judgment, meaning there were facts that had to be tried by a jury. If you get summary judgment, that means there are no facts that a jury needs to hear and try. The judge said there are facts that the jury needs to hear and try. After the judge denied summary judgment to Ghislaine, she settles with Virginia. And so that settlement is there's a non-disclosure agreement in it. Well, wouldn't you know it, now that Jeffrey's dead, this indictment against Jeffrey Epstein charges a conspiracy, meaning there's more than one person involved here. And so the next target is Ghislaine. So I wonder if she's on suicide watch. I don't know. She's definitely looking over her shoulder, and I don't know who she's looking for. Is she looking for the FBI? Is she looking for, I don't know. But you see, in a vacuum, these conspiracy theories are going to have life breathed into them. breathed into them. Yeah. And that is the problem. I mean, I'm shocked that there's gambling in Casablanca, right? Shocked. But Trump is blaming, I don't know, Bill Clinton? Okay, we'll discuss this. And is retweeting some crazy dude on the internets who just rants and rants and rants about ridiculous things all the time, and he's retweeting that conspiracy theory. And on the other side, same thing.
Clear.
Go to RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.